Welcome to Shamanic Directions, turning I can't into I can. This is for people who want to streamline their success, for anyone that wants to know how and why they are in their own way, what is blocking you from streamlining your own success, whether that is your thoughts, putting yourself down, your victim archetype, or fears. Usually is the two main blocks. Victim archetype not being integrated and your fear. And this can be applied to physical issues, mental health issues, relationship issues, whatever is causing tension, tightness, discord, stress, worry, will be because of your victim archetype and because of fears. So what Shamanic Directions brings is an alchemy process using the four corners of human consciousness, the four directions, south, west, north, east, and you apply a process. I call it an empowerment process around using the principles from the shamanic medicine wheel to remove essentially all of your blocks. You meet your victim archetype, you kind of sift through and you go, oh, okay, get all of those parts out of your own way. Then you meet your 6 core fears, get all of those things outside of your own way. And then the north is about finding your purpose, anchoring into that feeling. Once you've got all of these things out of your own way, what is your then anchor and springboard to go into your life, your reality? And then the east is about really locking into and owning your worth and taking all of the wisdom and kind of holding it wholesome. And then you have a process to move through for the rest of your life. And most people come to this to use it for themselves. The idea of springboarding your daily life, your reality into success is we all have the same 24 hours in a day, right? And how do some people use that 24 hours so much more effectively than other people? How are they doing it? And for me, that is because nothing is in their way. They're using the 24 hours in their day and they can jump higher and get more done, and they are more free and open because nothing's blocking them, nothing's in their way. Whereas somebody who hasn't alchemized and acknowledged those corner parts of human consciousness, the fear is still keeping them small. They are still riddled with kind of perhaps victim thoughts, things putting them down. Oh, I can't do this. I'm not sure how. I don't know. Will be meeting up with resistance daily. And that will be in their thoughts and in their feelings. As soon as your thoughts and feelings no longer create a resistance for you, then you have the same 24 hours in a day, but you can go, pew, nothing is in your way. And to me, that is how really you not beat time, but use it effectively. We are all constricted by this. There's 24 hours in the day, and we can choose how we be in that 24 hours. And for me personally, I would like to choose a free 24 hours rather than a blocked 24 hours. I spent too many years hindering myself, blocking myself, challenged with autoimmune disease, riddled with fear, all of the things. And now I choose the other experience. And it's so imperative to me to share that wisdom, what I learned from my essentially 28 years alchemizing 3 different autoimmune diseases. So I used this process on my first autoimmune disease, and then it was like my body went, okay, we'll test your process, because I tried every diet, I tried every holistic thing you could possibly think of. If somebody had an autoimmune thing, I bought the book, I did the thing, I did the diet, I tried this, I tried that. 23 years experimenting. I was diagnosed age 9. You might think, oh, she looks very young. I had it since I was a child, and I tried everything from 9 years old. Age 10, I was on a very strict diet. So the whole through my teens and my younger life, I was researching whatever came out, whatever new diet, whatever new thing I would try for my blood type. You name it, I tried it. Until finally it was this process and the medicine wheel, and I went, that is a foolproof process. And I alchemized all of the parts, and the first one was ulcerative colitis, so I'd alchemized that. Then my body hits me with a second autoimmune disease, an underactive thyroid, and I went, okay, well, I'll do the same thing and I'll see if it works again. Did the same thing. And then again I had another inflammatory, what was it called? I can't remember the name. Not mastitis, something like that, but an inflammatory response which was creating abscesses in my body. And I would have repetitive abscesses. So I did the same process and tried it again. So I have tested this 3 times. Not one autoimmune disease, because then you're not sure, does it really work? But 2, yes. 3, yes. And I've gone, now share it, because I'm sure. And something like autoimmune disease, I didn't want to bring this forward and say, this is going to help when it's not. And I was, again, afraid and fear of, what happens if this isn't working for people? So I moved myself through these fears. Okay, try it again. Try it again on yourself. Try it again on yourself. Now, are you sure this really does work? And lots of people come with mental health issues, and again, they get amazing results. It is, once you understand how to solve a problem, it then becomes easy. You've got the tools, you've got the roadmap, and you've got the anchor that then says, I can use this every time I'm met with issues in my life again. Whereas if you go through so many things and you're not quite sure what's worked, there's still an element of fear, because you're going, I am better, but I'm not quite sure what it was, because I did so many different things and I'm not quite sure what worked. Therefore, if it happens again, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. That's how I felt with my autoimmune disease. I needed a fixed, clear process that I then go, this is really how you move through something. And that is why Shamanic Directions exists. And it is an in-depth, full process. It doesn't miss anything, because it has all 4 corners of consciousness. It's like, tight. There's no missing parts. You then go, there is nothing we haven't covered in this process. So you can use it to move through any problem. And if you don't understand how to solve a problem and you're still grasping for, I don't know how to do this, it's impossible to solve. Whereas if you have this clear method, empowerment process, protocol, you know what to do, you can meet anything that comes into your life. So hopefully you want to know a little bit more about Shamanic Directions and the empowerment process. And I hope this gives as much value to your life as it has to mine. Upi chai.